If you're here, odds are I'm not the first ever D&D tuber you've ever watched. And if that's true, there's a decent chance you've seen these ads.
That's exactly what I love about dScryb.
It's the sponsor for today's video, dScryb.
Now, we're going to walk through dScryb's Sonic library.
Using dScryb, the sponsor of today's video.
dScryb, the product I'll be covering, has been recently launching a pretty aggressive ad campaign on YouTube. And by recent, I mean like 1 or 2 years. In fact, that's how I found out about it myself, when a few of my favorite YouTubers decided to promote them as a sponsor for their videos. So after the 30th D&D tuber gave the go-ahead to be sponsored by dScryb, I decided to give it a shot. The reason I was interested, what really sealed the deal for me, was the idea of having easy, on-the-spot access to monster and setting descriptions. I'm decent at descriptive prose, but I'm not perfect, and sometimes words fail me. So it'd be real nice to have a backup where I can quickly type up a monster and repeat a expertly crafted description, leaving my players none the wiser. At least that's the dream image in my head that sold the product to me. I don't need help with prep descriptions I can have ready by session time. Hell, 99% of monster stat blocks come with a decent description of said monster right in like the D&D Beyond link or whatever you're using. Within the monster manual, describes them pretty well. Just change the wording and pacing around a bit and you're set. I need something to help me out during live play. That does not look like dice rolling. Did dScryb do that for me? Let's talk about it. Now, let me just say, even though I'm about to be real not nice to the company, I'm not some heartless scumbag. This isn't some megacorp concepting a new startup, and if that one fails, they just move on to the next one. This is a small business that I'm sure sacrificed a lot to get to where they are. It's clear to me that the people behind dScryb really care about their product, but their efforts don't seem to be paying off. Even now, I get near daily emails from the CEO from his newsletter telling everyone about the newest additions to dScryb in terms of content and features. They're really proud of that stuff, and in the emails, they really show that they care about the feedback from the audience, from their customer base. So when I trash the product, let me make it clear, I'm not trashing the people. Just the product. dScryb, well, describes itself as an award-winning tabletop role-playing game publisher of lush descriptions, immersive sounds, and interactive maps. Whoa, that's a lot of stuff. Text, audio, and visual? Oh man, what a deal, right? Wrong. In dScryb's attempt to cover all the angles of fidelity, all the angles that a GM, DM might need, they mess up every single execution, almost all of it. In their attempt to cover all the bases, they spread themselves too thin. But before they expanded into audio assets and visual assets, they started first and foremost as, and I'm borrowing again directly from their website what they're saying, an award-winning resource that provides boxed text, descriptions of places, spells, items, characters, and other observations, combat, dialogue, meant to be read aloud by GMs to players. dScryb claims to have over 13,000 scenes, a term they use as a catch-all for boxed text situations. In fact, it's over 15,000 if you count the sci-fi portion of dScryb. While that number sounds impressive, and it is, you'll soon realize it's still not nearly enough. There's thousands of monsters for D&D alone by now. Monster Manual, Multiverse, all the different books, that sort of stuff. And endless situations for those monsters to be in. You need a description for a zombie? Sure thing. Boom. Describes a zombie. What? What's that? You need to describe a zombie again? Well, each monster currently only gets one description. So make sure you'll never need to describe the same monster more than once, and you're good to go. What's this? An audio file. Yeah. Sometimes descriptions are joined by sound files that dScryb thinks is a good match for what you're looking to describe. And like this one can be a huge miss. You take wide swings, and more often than not, they hit nothing but dead air. Tags say cemetery, but the audio is a sunlit forest? Does this evoke zombie attack to you? I don't think so. Problem 2 is finding these descriptions. If you search for a specific event, good luck. You better hope you have the right combination of words. Yeah, you can sort by event, but for some reason, that doesn't cover every possible unique encounter dScryb has made for a zombie. Oh, and keep in mind, this is all done in the middle of a session, during live play. Sure, you could prep dScryb box text to an extent, have it prepared ahead of time, but it kind of defeats the point for me. If it's not quickly searchable and usable in your live game, is it really ready to go text? There just needs to be a better search system for text. Period. When you search for a description, it throws everything in the kitchen sink at you. My 2 cents? Use a more human phrase-oriented system like Google, Bing, and Safari does. If I need a zombie-related search result, I want to be able to humanly phrase search as a zombie surprises the adventures and have the search system find something close instead of looking for nothing at all. Right now, it uses keywords instead of situations, and I don't think that's the right fit for this sort of software. When you're the DM and you have seconds to stall, find the description, they can't parse through pages of results. 2 more things about the box text portion of the site. When you think about it, this doesn't scale well. The more people that purchase and use dScryb, the more useless it becomes. If half the DMs in the world are reciting the exact same box text when a zombie shows up, what then? dScryb writes itself out.
Tic-tac-toe, a winner.
And let's talk about the giant, large language model-based elephant in the room. AI chatbots, primarily ChatGPT, are scarily decent at producing situation-specific box texts on the fly. If I ask ChatGPT for a super specific situation that's occurring in my game right now, it'll have something whipped up for me in seconds, and not half bad. Sure, I may need to live tweak it a bit, but that is the case with dScryb too. I know, AI bad, AI real bad. I have to bring it up or I wouldn't be doing my job. Now, I'm not saying dScryb should produce content at the speed of AI, but I am saying that maybe having an equivalent procedurally generated human-based system might work as a suitable replacement for Skynet the storyteller, or ignore the AI thing altogether, but a large amount of your customer base won't. They already aren't. That's my piece on the boxed text. Now, let's discuss maps and the audio because they share the same issues pretty much. Upon traversing the site's high amounts of maps and soundscapes, you'll discover the vast majority of them can be found for free, legally. A large amount of the dScryb composers post their content on YouTube under their own personal channel, like Michael Gelfi, and as well do the map makers on their personal websites and Patreons, and most have a free tier. Hell, Peku, one of their biggest and most popular dScryb map contributors, have an entire personal site where you can get a free variation of every map they've ever released. What exactly are you paying for at this point besides the small service of all that basically free content in one easily searchable place? Easily. Right. The price. That's really important, right? Well, let me ask, how much would you pay for this sort of service? Think of a number that matches your value for this. $4 a month? $10 a month? $10.99? $19.99. I don't have enough fingers for that amount. How about yes? How about yes to all of the above? That's right. There are a whopping 4 tiers of pricing, and they're pretty confusing. Let's start with the $4 a month tier, which I honestly can't imagine who it's meant for. The player tier only provides text for players, not DMs. Now, what does that mean? No, seriously, I was hoping you would know that. I think I understand what it means, since the pricing page makes no real effort to tell you what player-only text entails. So here's my best shot. Based on the search results and categories, it's basically text that can describe cool combat moments, spellcasting, and generally can help describing player actions. There's also a dialogue category which describes itself as short scripts of cutting jests, fond farewells, and pointless banter. You need money to buy boxed text of pointless banter? Hey, everyone's different. Maybe you do. This sounds cool, but again, this has the problem of requiring hindsight to know you'll be needing to say or do something. In the heat of the moment, are you really going to tell your GM to wait, scramble onto the site, and furiously type something, hope it's there, and then give your pre-made spiel? Let's look at the title for these entries. Elf warrior with one arm, boast about strength. Very specific. Warrior's taunt, being stab. A little less specific, but still pretty niche. Gnome's rant about a steep wheelchair ramp? I don't even... These are so ultra specific, yet not something you would have the confidence to search for on the fly. Yes, there are some general ones that cover a wide berth, such as spellcasting, taunts, and ways to describe attacking or being attacked. But I've never, and this is definitely anecdotal, I've never encountered a player who either A, needed this, or B, would be willing to pay for this. Does an audience for this exist? I'm sure they do, but I haven't met them yet. On to the next three tiers, which are DM-centric. Hero is the $9.99 monthly tier, and it gives you No, never mind. It only gives you the text and maps. So, just move up a tier, and you get it all. I'm sure... No. The $10.99 Composer tier gives you only the Sonic Library, where all the mostly free music on ambiances can be accessed. They also offer Opus, their music and sound software. It's fine, it works. You can invite your players to the web app and they'll hear whatever you play. But if you want the whole shebang, the entirety of what dScryb got to offer, you must transcend beyond that of a composer to a celestial. Real quick, what's with the naming scheme of the tiers? Player to hero to composer to celestial. It's just, it's whatever. Anyways, finally, at the $19.99 a month tier, you get it all. Everyone's financial situation is different, but I personally do not see the value proposition here at that price. For that much coin, you could spend the money on a ChatGPT 4 monthly fee instead. And if you're not an AI person, which I honestly can't blame you, I'm in that same boat, that $20 a month would go much farther on DM's Guild, which has a wealth of resources for magic items, spells, monster and location lore, additional quests and encounters, and basically anything else you can think of for your campaign. It helps me out with encounters. I use a lot of encounter books or PDFs from DM's Guild that I purchased. One more thing. I almost forgot to mention, dScryb also offers character illustrations tucked away in the corner of their site, so much that I almost missed it. They offer PC commissions with a 30-day turnaround. They're not cheap, with the lowest offer starting at $175. But they are pretty high quality looking and professionally made. Wait. We're not done yet. They also offer prints of what they call the 1557 collection, which are essentially parchment, quill and ink style illustrations of famous tabletop monsters. At this point, it seems they fumbled the classic business wisdom of, if you try to appeal to everyone, you'll appeal to no one. What I think is going on is they're trying to present themselves as the one-stop shop for all your DM prep needs, with all these random bits and bobs and half-baked features. It feels less like a one-stop shop and more like your local corner store that keeps chasing trends. One week they're selling trading cards, then fidget spinners, then vapes, and so on. Okay, let me bring up one more thing. For those of you that use Foundry VTT, which in my opinion is the best virtual tabletop, they do have a module for it. And it works really well for the box text portion. You download all of their text offerings locally on your PC or server, and you can use in your built-in Foundry UI to search for situations. It's much faster than their site. Very good in that sense. Therein lies the problem. Listen to what I said. You download all of the dScryb text locally. So yeah, you could literally get a free trial, download the module, cancel, and essentially have it all for free. Sure, you'll miss out on the fancy updates and all that extra fancy art, but for the price of nothing, it's a good deal. Now, Nered, why are you telling me this? Because dScryb has taken the good faith risk of allowing you to get all at once, instead of being loaded in real time like most live service games or software. They undercut only themselves by doing that. At that point, your caveman brain is going to do the value price math. You're going to ask yourself if you really want to pay $10 a month just for sporadic updates. And I'm thinking an alarming number of you will say, hey, I'm good with what I got, and cancel your subscription. dScryb either needs to stop the local storage thing ASAP or add a feature to the module that requires online use. How about that Sonic library portion you keep locked behind the highest tier? Wrapping things up, there's an easy fix for this and a hard fix for this, if you ask me. And hey, you're still watching, so you must care a little bit about what I think. The easy fix. Lower your prices. Have them if you can. At $10 a month for the Celestial tier, this is a cost that makes sense to me for what they're offering. The sad reality of your product is that good writing is cheap these days. Over half the maps and music you're offering are free on other sites, and your search feature is lacking. But at $10 a month, it makes enough sense for me to overlook the flaws. The hard fix: trim the fat and improve your core features. I could see myself subscribing to dScryb solely for the prepared text. If they focused their efforts on making the best damn non-AI boxed text product that works well with on-the-spot live play use, they'd have gems like me throwing money at them. I think we're circling around a core issue here. The search function is the weakest part of this whole system, crippling it to the point of being a party trick rather than a handy tool. At least for me, I really do solemnly and honestly appreciate what dScryb has done for the TTRPG community. Aside from the constant sponsoring of beloved RPG creators, they also seem to take feedback seriously. You can tell they care, but I just think they need to fine-tune their product direction. I want dScryb to be a good product, not just for me, but for every GM who found themselves at a loss for words during a moment at the table and could have used a helping hand that isn't from a robot. Here's to hoping this review ages poorly a year or two from now. But until then, I can't recommend this product to anyone, except for like the newest of GMs. I'm talking about day one GMs. Anyone else. You're better off saving your money or spending it on other GM resources. Disagree? Agree? Let me know in the comments. So yeah, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'm out. Have a good one. By the way, check out the link in the description below to see my pro GMing page, where you can take a look of what games I'm running at the moment and see if you would like to join any. Hope to see you at the table.